What's up, everybody? Jay here with Jay's Backyard Cooking, and today we're getting into something special on the new indoor Blackstone griddle, but outdoors. Let's get into it. So what are we throwing on the griddle, you might ask? Well, I got a potato, an onion, and a beef chuck shoulder roast. This is Wagyu, found it at HEB for just over $10.14. We're gonna end up putting that on the griddle, and then I have this griddle steak weight that we'll put on top, get it cooked perfect to a medium rare. I have the Inkbird wireless thermometer that I'm charging up. We'll shove it in the side once we put it on there. That way we can make sure to keep track of the temperature of it. First thing I'm gonna do is get the potato sliced up into thin slices. I've already washed it. Guys and gals, don't be nasty. Wash your potatoes. They grow on the ground. Why wouldn't you? You like that? Yeah. Okay. Wasn't gonna bore you with all that, but just thin slice. I mean, however thin or thick you want. I'm going more on the thinner side just because, personal preference. And then we're gonna do the onion the same way. And if you see me start crying, mind your business. Now with the roast, do with it what you will. Season it how you want. I'm gonna go straight Texas style. Salt and pepper. Be sure to put some off to the side of the cutting board so you can get the sides while you're at it. You wanna get a healthy dose of seasoning even on the sides. Just roll it around. Oh, almost forgot the most important part. You gotta stay hydrated.
Drink some water.
Today's drink of choice, Dos Equis. Stay hydrated, my friends. Back outside, first thing I'm gonna do is fire this thing back up on both sides. I think we're gonna go probably 250. We'll let that heat up. First thing we're gonna throw in there is the onion and the potatoes. We'll mix those together and get them cooked. And on those, we're just gonna season them with salt, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder. Just throw them on there, however. We'll come back in a minute. Put some oil, season them up. They're gonna be good. I'm doing Jay's style, backyard. For me, it's gonna be a very light coat. I don't want too much. I don't want it to be too garlicky. That'll do it. Turn the temperature back up to 300. Just gonna get these going, spread out, sauteed up, however you wanna call it. Turn on some music, drink some beer, and enjoy this Easter weekend. All right, let's get these moved over. All piled up over here. Move the onions over here. It ain't backyard cooking if you don't lose something. So get these moved over here. I'm gonna lower the temperature on this side now. We'll get this down just to 250, or let's say 200, just to keep them warm. We'll drizzle some more water on them. And now for the steak. I already have the probe in there, and I'm shooting for a temperature internal of about 130 for that perfect medium rare. Get this pushed down. Got the app turned on already. Not sure if you can see that, but I'm gonna try to get basically a screen video recording pop up somewhere on here. I'm gonna set up screen record. You see it's online already. I can go ahead and set up a time for beef. We're gonna go with medium rare, and then we'll start cooking. Right now you can see it's at 19 degrees. Pretty simple. We'll keep an eye on that. Once that gets up to about 64, 65, Then we'll flip it, put the weight back on until it reaches temperature. I also had it set for Celsius, and I think it's supposed to be Fahrenheit. If you can see now, we're sitting at 134. So all right, holding steady at 134. I don't have the target set. I'm gonna give it to about 140 at the most. I'll take the weight off, and then I'll sear all the ends of it, and then we'll be ready to eat. Dinner is ready. We got the steaks up to a perfect medium. I probably cooked them a little longer than what I wanted to, what I should have, but still should make for some really good steak. The potatoes finally softened up. They got a really good flavor. The onions on point. Let's get this thing onto the cutting board and get you a close-up of the slicing. So, as always, what we're gonna do is cut against the grain. Gonna make it a little easier. Let me show you what we're working with here. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. Pink in the middle, charred on the outside. Guys, if you could smell this. Look at this. Only thing missing is a little bit of that chimichurri sauce that I made in that previous video, if you saw it. If not, go back and check it out. Kicking myself in the butt now for not buying the ingredients to make it, because I bet that would have been great on it. Let me get a taste test here real quick. Oh my God.
Right.
Tender, nice char on the outside. Nailed it with the flavor, the seasoning, salt and pepper. Guys, no need to buy all those fancy rubs. I have them. I use them every now and again, but man, just good old Texas style salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic. This time I opted to not put the garlic on the steak. I put them on the potatoes and the onions instead. I think it's gonna make for a really good balance. Some strips of steak, nice cold one. Dinner around my house. Never boring. Look at this. Look at this. Can you see that? Look at that. Look at the juices coming out of this, guys. I need to go in for another taste. Look at that. We'll get some of this and lay it across the potatoes there. That's dinner, guys and gals. So there you have it, folks. Your boy Jay did it again. Quick backyard dinner. Not very much ingredients. Look at this. Oh man, dinner's gonna be good. Dinner is gonna be good, and it took every bit of no time to make. I'm gonna get this served up, crack open a fresh cold one, and we're gonna eat dinner. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing. Hit that like button, hit the comment button. Anything helps, share it. We'll see you next time.